Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is up? What is up?
Chilling, Merc. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I had a fun night yesterday. Went to Barcade. I'm not fully hungover, which is great. Good days. Nah,
Yes, sir.
everything been good. Been a simple. Been a quiet week. Watched our movie that we had to do. I was very, very, very happy with this movie because I just love that movie. It's one of my favorites. But it's to each. I have like a personal thing to it. I got my Rocksteady Bebop in. That was exciting because that was after a year of pre-order. It finally came, and it's beautiful.
Nice. So, describe them. Who made them? Where they come from?
So I got the NECA cartoon line of Bebop and Rocksteady. Probably early. So I got a chance to pre-order it, and I was waiting for a whole year, and they finally sent it to me.
Okay.
So I'm just happy that I got it before the year ended. They're fucking awesome. They're very good looking. I don't want to open them, but I want to open them, and I don't want to open them.
So you should have got two.
I should have got two.
That's what you're supposed to do.
But they were limited to one a customer, so that was gonna be a bitch to get two. But
Really? They did it like that?
yeah.
Okay.
They've been doing it like that because
that's
they want
rough.
people to have a chance. But I'm very happy. It's in my hands and it's there. And I have a feeling like I there's a chance I could probably get Tommy because Tommy might line up try to get rid of his. I could probably just buy Tommy's because he has it too.
But wait, he doesn't want them like that?
He don't collect them like that though because he feels like it's just too much shit to keep up with, and
True,
his focus
true.
is on the Lightning collection.
No, he's not wrong.
Yeah,
There is too much.
There is way too much. And then Lightning Collection, they just announced like the Pudgy the Pig. And he comes in a lunchbox. So that was actually
Does he
pretty cool.
come with the sandwich?
Yeah,
Good.
the sandwich. I'm gonna do a customized Jinkies.
Oh, okay.
I need to find a figure that I can make Jinkies with, chasing the sandwich.
There's no Cleveland figures, are there?
There is.
Well, there you go.
There you go. That might be the Jinkies figure. I'll just put a suit and tie on him.
And put a little ball cap on him.
There you go. We're making a custom Jinkies soon.
It's
Anyway,
figure fate,
yeah.
man. Figure fate.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. Yeah, the Pudgy the Pig looks pretty cool. It comes with a lunchbox and stuff. They announced that during the San Diego Comic-Con thing. They also announced that there's more to come. Like I think they have a little event next month, and they're gonna showcase a bit more stuff. Probably
Just
some of the
won't
stuff
stop.
that
They
it's
won't
always more.
stop.
It won't stop. It's too
Can't
much.
stop.
I have shit pre-ordered from so I got it took it out of my account this week, which is SPD Green, the Tenga Warriors, Blue Galaxy, and Carlos Black and Space.
Okay, cool.
Fuck Carlos.
But you got him though. You had
I
to
got
get him.
him. I'm not happy about it, but I got him. There's some Rangers I'm just not happy to get them. I just gotta get them because to complete the collection. I'm just like, I hate you.
Still no Turbo Blue, right?
Space Blue's coming.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
All right.
like TJ.
Yeah, I was saying that's not bad.
There's no turbos yet. They have not done one. The only turbo figure they did was, well, technically it's not considered turbo. He's considered space because he was in an episode of Space. Is the Phantom Ranger they announced? But he was in turbo, so that's the first turbo. But he's not considered turbo. But that's the first Turbo Ranger. They have not done turbo yet. They have not done any of them. Or the Alien Rangers. I'm surprised they didn't do yet.
I would have figured that would have been a while ago.
Right? They just milking Mighty Morphin so much.
I mean, also especially
Makes
because like they did Gold Ranger. Like, why not? Why
Yeah.
didn't they do that?
Yeah.
They were in that whole saga before that
Yeah.
when they turned to Zeo.
So
You know what I'm
much,
saying?
so much shit. I'm gonna be doing overtime like 3 days a week this month.
Well, I see. But you got your goal in mind. You gonna get them figures. You
Yeah,
gonna get them.
because I have those are the ones. I think that's where I'm gonna debut the unboxing. On the YouTube channel is when those big ones come in, the green and red ranger.
Okay. Okay.
Those are the ones I might like really try to make a nice video and actually post it on the YouTube and see where it does from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm excited for those. Those are like $100 figures each. If I really like them, I may go and pre-order the Lord Draken and White Ranger.
Okay. I did get to see that, and
Yeah.
he's gonna get the same full treatment.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Are
I'm
they gonna
like,
do villains in that treatment?
No.
Because that's why not? Where's the Goldar?
I heard
Come
it's
on.
only going to be the Rangers. It's
Where's a
easier.
Goldar? Where's a Lord Zed? What about
Yeah.
a Rita Repulsa in that size? Like,
You know
that
who
would
I've
be
been
amazing.
wanting in the Lightning Collection for the longest? We've been mentioning on the cast a lot. Rito.
Oh yeah, I forgot
I
man,
love
you just
Rito.
reminded me he exists.
Yeah. He was a badass in
He-
Kaku
In
Ranger.
what season? I mean, what series?
In Kaku
Hmm?
Ranger. And
that's like,
the Sentai of the Ninja of Alien Rangers.
oh, okay.
He's the main villain
Alright.
in that. And he's pretty badass.
Now wait a second. Was he not actually used in the Sentai in the American at all?
In American, no, Rito?
No, I mean, not Rito. I mean, not American. In the Japanese, was he not actually in the Sentai?
Yeah, he was in Kaku Ranger.
No, I mean, because you know how we got him in what, season 3?
Yeah.
Or-
He would be technically season 3. It was Kaku was technically season 3
Oh, it was.
because that was the
What-
Alien Rangers.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. So he was the main villain for a while in Kaku Ranger, and he was pretty badass in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was he silly like that? Or
No, he was. He had like this like fucking like he did a heavy metal song to get into the fucking skeleton suit and shit.
Excuse me,
He was a human, and then he did this
Oh.
fucking skeleton, this guitar song that made him back into the skeleton form and shit.
Wow. Okay. Scott Steiner not happy.
Scott Steiner, he mad because Jordan Grace didn't pick him as her teammate. That's why he's here.
Also, I think it was we were talking about Peter Cullen's birthday passed this last week.
Yeah,
Actually, Scott Steiner's I think was the day after, so
yeah.
Friday.
And Triple H.
Triple H was early in the week. Yeah.
Yes. And Ziggler.
Oh, you know what? You know why I know that? Because of Matt Cardona.
Yep.
He took a jab at him. So,
Yeah.
and the Miz too. He had a picture of him sleeping in a pool with like beers in it.
Yep.
That was pretty funny.
That's their buddies. But yeah. So yeah, you were talking about Peter Cullen's birthday. I happened to. So I was watching previews of the War for Cybertron Kingdom, which came out on Friday, and I was like, huh, that's cool because they're bringing back Beast Wars into the series. So I was like, you know what? Let me give this shit. So I want to see how long the episodes were, and I saw there was only 6. It was like each one was 6 episodes. I was like, all right, I could do this. So I started watching Transformers: The War for Cybertron. I think the first one was Reign. The second one was Earth Rising, and the third one is right now is the Kingdom. And the first one kind of involves pretty much them trying to escape Cybertron while Megatron is trying to destroy all the Autobots and take over the Cybertron. To his knowledge, he's doing what Optimus Prime should have done, but Optimus Prime was chosen as the leader, and he's trying to save the rest of the Autobot race and be able to go like that. Second season, they go to Earth, same kind of shit, but Megatron is going after him because they all trying to find Allspark, and they all are hunting that down. You know the tri-head thing, the big head thing that had like multiple heads that turn around and talk to you.
I believe so.
They
Was it in Beast Wars?
yeah, and it was also in the original cartoon movie.
See that I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't even think I saw that movie.
that was cool. You should definitely check that out.
I only know the song. That's it.
You got the touch.
Mm-hmm.
That
That's
was
it.
one of my favorite. Like honestly, as a kid movie, that was one of my favorites. I fucking cried in that movie because Optimus Prime died, and I was very very angry about Hot Rod. I hated Hot Rod after that. I never liked Hot Rod. I thought it was all his fault.
Okay.
Hot Rod's
It's
fault.
like I only know Hot Rod and then Hot Rodimus or whatever.
Optimus Prime.
That's like all I know is about that. Isn't Unicron in that movie too?
Yep.
So like that's again, there's only like names
Yeah.
and robots that I know of. I don't know the plot points.
I think Transformers is going to probably be on a streaming service very soon, like the 80s cartoon movie, because I think the 35th anniversary is coming up.
Who's
And-
got that right?
And I think it's going
Hasbro?
to theaters. I think it's going to go to theaters for a week or two.
Uh-oh. They better not pull a Black Widow.
Oh, man. I might actually go see it. I might actually see where theaters are in. I love that movie. The movie was great. I say recommend it. Give it a watch. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
It's better than the live action ones.
I mean, does it take that much?
It doesn't. But yeah, I started watching this series. It's very interesting, very good, easy watch because it's only 6 episodes each. They're all about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to 30 minutes. So, they're not long. So you could easily go through these in a day or two. I recommend it. Definitely check it out. It's really fun, really good voice acting. The CGI looks really dope. We came a long way since Beast Wars, so
Mm-hmm.
it looks really dope. And then now Beast Wars is in part of it, and it's getting very interesting. I just watched the first episode, so I don't know the reasoning of how they got there and shit like that, and they kind of explain it in the second episode, so I'm not there yet. So it's been cool though. It's cool seeing like Optimus Primal and Cheetor in their original forms and shit, and it looks pretty dope.
I'm glad somebody is showing some acknowledgement to Beast Wars. I believe this is the first time it's come back in any type of official animation form, right?
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I was very happy with it.
So this is now the second of like the childhood things coming back in the new form.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about He-Man,
Yeah.
and now this week we have some Transformers. Okay.
Yeah, and then it get released this week, and it's an easy watch. I recommend it. If you get a chance, I'll say just take a look at it. I think you'll like it.
All right. Cool. Cool.
You don't need to know like the past, a lot of the past and stuff like that. You just need to know like, okay, this happened, and they do a good job explaining it.
Okay. Good. Good.
Also, check out on Netflix. They actually have a myth and module. DeLorean. It's a documentary about the DeLorean creation. It was actually interesting.
It's about the DeLorean in the movie, or you mean the
The car.
actual car?
Yeah, the actual
Oh, okay.
car.
That's cool.
So check that out. Netflix
How-
got some good stuff.
How old is that?
It just came out this week.
No, I mean, how did they say how old is the design of that car?
81, 82.
So that's what,
About 39
4 years before?
Yeah.
No, like how many years before the movie? Like 4, 5?
About 4.
4. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was cool. I definitely check those out. Yeah, so it's Transformers, War for Cybertron, and then the other 2 series is Rise of Rain and Earth
Okay,
Rising.
good stuff.
It was good, really good stuff. What else? There's anything else I had?
It didn't hit you over the head. I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere for me because I wasn't following anything in the Ghostbusters realm. But did you get to see the trailer for Afterlife?
Afterlife, no.
So I saw people bringing it up. Is it because it debuted maybe 2 years ago,
Okay.
and I didn't know about it, right? And then so recently, I think there's like the 2021 trailer
Okay.
and Paul Rudd, I believe, is starring in the movie.
Oh, the Ghostbusters. Okay.
yeah, Ghostbusters.
I saw
yes.
I did see the last trailer. It looks interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this one, this remember the other one before they beat you over the head with the advertising, and
Yeah,
then there was people that was upset. But this one is like, again, I wasn't following anything, but this one definitely was not being like thrown all over your face and beating you over the head.
yeah,
But it has had its trailers, and this next one, it's had a different style. It looks more grounded.
yeah. It looks like it's gonna be good too. Like I actually very interested in see where they go with this movie.
Hmm.
What was the other thing? Oh, did you see the gameplay of the game called Stray?
The one with the little black cat.
The little cat, yeah. I'm really really excited for that game.
They, I think it debuted at E3 of this year or something. There
Last
was
year.
an event. Okay, it was last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was there was an event that showed that, and it was in like a showcase, and just
Mhm.
popped up and was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they showed a gameplay trailer recently, a couple days ago, and it looks really cool. It looks like a kind of like a little little nightmares kind of style
Oh yeah,
gameplay,
yeah. Okay.
but you
Okay.
have like a little computer on your back on your cat that helps you open doors and things like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Looks really interesting. Check it out. Check out that little trailer. I'm actually excited for that. Me being a cat owner, and you hear Loki all the time, so
See, I didn't even know who was making it either.
nah, it's an indie studio. I was looking them up. They don't have a lot under their belt, but
It
they
is B12,
yeah
Blue 12. I
yeah
believe they're a French studio because I hear the guy,
yes.
or maybe it's published by Ubi.
Nah, I think it's Sony.
No, they're just. I guess they're just a French team. Okay.
Yeah, but it looks cool. Definitely check that out. I'm excited for that. I think it's early 2022. I think it's coming out.
No, it's not tied to any system
No, okay,
because it's gonna be on everything.
cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. I'm excited. I actually want to play that game. It's
Hmm.
fun. Um,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm excited. It
Did
looks.
you get to see? Because you just reminded me of the footage coming out. I don't know what these were for. What so many studios were putting out footage for. I don't know if there was an event I missed, but
Okay.
Halo did their technical review.
Yeah. I think Adam Cole was talking about it on his Twitch
Yeah,
recently.
they had a beta for people to be in, and then
Yeah.
they had the stream for like the developers and stuff showing it off.
I've been hearing good things.
I It looks really good.
Yeah.
Cause I did again. Remember when we first saw it, people was like, "Hey man, look at that monkey. He look
Yeah.
funny." That's what you remember from the first time they showed Halo Infinite,
Yeah.
and so now it is like, no more of that, which is good.
Yeah.
So it's looking like it's coming along very nicely. Remember, this game was delayed,
Yeah.
so it could have been out already, and that might not have been great.
Yeah.
So I like that they're really showing off the multiplayer because that was the deal.
Yeah.
That's what took off for Halo.
And selling point. Yeah.
I've seen people who have played it, but referring to that latest, I guess is a beta test or what have you, right?
Yeah.
They're saying it feels like a balance between 5 and 2, which
Yeah.
2 I know because I played, which is like generally accepted as like the first one to pop off with the multiplayer because it was the first one that had it online, right?
Yeah.
But 5 I don't know. So do you have any experience with Halo 5?
I thought 5 just had too much shit going on, and I did not care for it. I did play it. I didn't have the best experience with it. I think my high point of playing Halo was maybe Halo 3
Okay.
and 2. I kind of drifted off after 2 because then they started adding the flight and the wall walking and all this other shit that I just like, can I just shoot and run?
Okay.
Shoot, run, jump. That's all I need to do. I don't want to fucking backflip on walls and running on like I can't like once you start adding all that shit, you make me lose interest. But I did like the. I hope it's good. Like I hope I'm actually looking into getting a Series X, so maybe around September, October, I'll probably start looking for one. Because what they've been doing with the Game Pass, I'm just like, I might just fuck it.
Why don't you just save the money and get a PC, man?
Because I don't. If I had PC space, I probably would.
You know,
Get a laptop, but it's not the same.
the new I'm about to say the new crop of stuff is actually like not those bulky, intimidating, loud, hot,
Yeah.
almost money in the bank size briefcase.
Yeah.
Piece, gaming PC they used to be. So
Yeah. If
Just
like
saying.
if I like, cause I'm like, there's a big chance maybe in the next year or so I might be trying to move. So if I do get a bigger place and actually be able to do something, a setup and stuff like that, then I'll go more looking into it. But now, like the Xbox, I can just take it out, put it right behind the TV, and I'm good to go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I do have like I think I have $100 gift card from Best Buy.
I'm just
So,
saying.
hopefully.
I'm this one and the things that it's doing.
Yeah,
Specifically, like some of the stuff they showed off, which I thought was cool,
yeah,
is the customization to the controls and stuff.
cool.
I like that more companies are upfront about accessibility,
Yeah,
because I think after Last of Us 2 show go all the way in, and it doesn't have to affect the games, right? It just gets more people to play if you
Yeah.
do that. I think more companies need to get on the bandwagon and start letting you just go crazy.
Yeah, I
'Cause
agree with
sometimes your hands can't do what they keep trying to program your hands to do,
yeah,
because maybe you're more comfortable with some weird configuration.
yeah. I used to change up the Halo controller when I played.
But even then, you couldn't change it to the levels it seems like they want to change it now.
Yeah,
Like, you know how
now.
certain buttons are always locked to something.
Yeah,
It's like, oh yeah, I can put configuration D,
yeah,
but configuration D is still partially their way.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, say for instance, you want a bumper button as your gun, and you don't want to use your triggers.
And they never want you to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
For some reason, your fingers work better using a bumper than a trigger. But companies seem to be like, but we made this to simulate a gun, and it's
Yeah.
like, but I don't care.
I have a controller.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's a controller. What are you doing? Stop,
But this is not a gun.
stop trying to make
Not
me,
Time Crisis. You're not giving me a
shoot,
gun.
shoot. I mean, man, listen. I was also shout outs to Maximilian, dude, and his Twitch stream, because they were streaming some of the old classic shooters,
Oh, nice.
like Time Crisis, what's the other one that's the competitor? There was Time Crisis, right? That was a big cinematic one. That was Namco.
Virtual
And then
Cop.
there's the time. Thank you, Virtual Cop. That's what it was. Virtual Cop is so
I loved Virtual
ghetto.
Cop.
Yo, it is so bootleg. That is
Yeah.
one of the funniest games I've ever seen.
I love
The little
Virtual Cop.
people, help me.
Yeah.
It's just like the little squid. Because remember, also it's early polygons.
Yeah.
And then when you watch the animations of the bad guys running, it starts to bring tears to my eyes, because I just started laughing so hard.
Think about the good times.
Like, how you used to keep a straight face when you played this game?
Because that's the best thing. That's the best way it looked, man.
Yeah. But it was just so good.
'Cause you think about it, like what we got used to seeing before that was just like paper people.
True enough. Like Lethal Enforcers.
Yeah.
In Area 51.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
Area
I remember. I loved Virtual Cop. Virtual Cop was like one of my favorites. That's the I think the only reason of fucking owning a Saturn was Virtual Cop.
Yo, you see, did you ever play the Dreamcast version? It was good. Because
Yeah.
my friend had they made a special version for Saturn. For Scott Steiner doesn't like Time Cops. He doesn't like Time Crisis or Virtual Cop. How dare he?
He's an asshole. Scott Steiner gotta stop interrupting because he's an asshole. I don't like.
I
Scott
bet you he likes Time Cop with Jean-Claude Van Damme, though.
I bet he does. We'll have him.
And he probably likes the game, which is horrible.
Probably likes the Street Fighter movie game too.
I mean, don't talk about that. That's pretty good. You ever played Captain Sawada?
Oh god, it's. We played it yesterday in the arcade. It was fucking bad.
Did you?
Yeah, it's there. They have it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. The
Yeah.
arcade version is the one that's wacky.
Yeah.
It's the one that has the crazy combos if you know about them.
Yeah.
that the
It's a
home
weird.
version toned it down.
Yeah, it's a
So
really weird game.
it's a very weird game.
Yeah.
Freaking Akuma running around in the background like he's oh, it's stupid. It's stupid. But anyway,
Yeah.
in reference to the light gun shooters, they were talking about just why there are almost none, and that had me thinking like, yeah, there are none.
Yeah.
There's so many first person shooters.
Yeah.
We were talking about Halo getting a new release, right? But that's not the only new first person shooter. I'm sure. What is this? As another Battlefield coming, and we obviously know there's going to be a Call of Duty either next year or something like that, right? So, but where are the light gun games?
Yeah.
Where are the games that, and where are the peripherals? PS5 does not have light gun games, does it? No.
Yeah.
Xbox Series X, no light gun games. PC, probably no light gun games. I mean, but you could.
I don't think the like with with the new screens you do the light gun. They need a new technology to do the light gun.
No, you could see that was the thing people were saying about the Wii.
Yeah.
But the Wii solved the problem by actually having the hardware that you could set up the little thing.
That's sensor.
You had the little sensor. Are there advances? That the Wii was what 10, almost 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Now tell me, Merc, do you really believe that there are no upgrades in sensor technology that you can't just have a cordless bar? Come on.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't have to have that thing with that little tiny string. The Wii U had it too. I
Yeah.
had it,
Yeah.
right? But come on.
I think the Switch itself, you could do that because the Switch is wireless. You could use the Joy Cons as like Wii controllers.
So Merc, when are we gonna go down to Nintendo headquarters and scream about getting some like? Oh wait, let me ask you: are there any light gun peripherals for the controller for the Switch? Because there's nothing you could play it on, right? There's no game you would
maybe that cardboard shit that came out.
The Labo.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I like gun games. I miss light gun games. I like them a lot.
Especially because now home televisions are like 65 inches.
Yeah.
And above when you go crazy with it.
I would like to see like a collection of Time Crisis and Virtual Cop.
What Time Crisis? What about Point Blank? You remember that?
I'd say Point Blank. Point Blank was pretty good.
Point Blank, Vampire the Mask, not the Masquerade. I think it was like Vampire
House of the Dead.
House of the Dead. Do you know there's like 7 of those?
Yeah, 7 of them, and a typing game.
Yeah, well, typing in the Dead. I that was hard. Again, the same friend that had the other one let me borrow the keyboard and his copy of that game.
Yeah.
And that game got really difficult at about the second stage.
Yeah.
I am not the best at type.
Yeah. I typed like Shawn Michaels.
Oh no! with the little, he has to
finger.
stop and then look.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna pass the first stage in this game.
Oh man, yeah. I kind of missed the gimmick game.
Yeah.
But I mean, I missed the quality gimmick game.
Yeah.
Nintendo, get on the ball.
Yeah.
Shame on you. Anyway, you should get Halo.
Yeah.
Tell me all about it.
Yep.
We get the Series X. Tell me about Halo.
Yeah. Halo's going. I'm excited for
it's looking
Halo.
real good.
I liked Halo,
Yeah.
so.
It's looking good.
Anything else?
Oh well, I think Activision is on fire. Activision Blizzard is on fire because there's a huge lawsuit because of the culture of the company is under fire. There's people, mostly women, who are airing their grievances. So, yeah, man, when you read the lawsuit, it sounds like some pretty like heinous stuff was going on around there.
Yeah.
They call it bro culture. I don't exactly know what that really means.
Yeah.
I am not a bro. I've never been one.
It's
so
like a frat house culture.
Okay. Got you. I never ended up in that environment, so I don't really know. I
Yeah,
just know
me either.
by hearing the words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not one of those kind of. I'm not a follower. Straight up, like I'm not a person to go into a frat house. Oh, you're gonna have to get paddled. Like I swear to God, you paddle me, I will shove that shit far up your ass. Like you ain't touching me. Like I never got into that. When I did college, when I went to college and shit like that, I had no interest in any of that shit. I got invited to one, and I saw like initiation and what they were trying to do, and I'm like, yo, I swear to God, you touch me, I'll fuck you up. That was my mentality. You touch me, I hurt you. Don't do that shit to me, you know. But yeah, it's frat house, like a frat house fucking thing, and that's not cool. And then also, yo, I hope they all get punished for that shit because it's bullshit.
Yeah, the reason it's happening now, some of the stuff I believe goes back maybe close to 10 years.
Yeah.
Um,
this is when you
is
have
because No, I was gonna say the reason it's just taking so long to come out is because there's nothing to protect the people.
Yeah, because probably the HRs are with them.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
That's a problem.
It's unfortunate in corporate culture. You keep hearing all the time that if you're in a managerial position or if you're like the lead of a team or something, or even like the CEO or you the dude at the head, and you do messed up stuff, they can't get you.
Yeah. Because you're hiring HR to take your back. Like HR cares about the company, they don't care about you.
And then when the initial thing came out, because this whole thing I believe got into the public eye maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so back then they came out with a statement that just sounded like the most generic, we're trying to cover our ass statement.
Yeah.
Which had people rolling their eyes as usual.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the problem, is because they get away with that.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this is going.
Yeah.
All I know is if they get found guilty with what those people are saying went on, they're gonna have to pay a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure some of those people, if they're still there, are probably gonna get let go. They said after people got again groaned at the first corporate statement, they then made another one saying, we stand with our workers, and anyone found in violation of our standards and stuff will be terminated. Like, that's their words.
Yeah.
So it's time for them to, if they get found guilty and whatnot, it's time for them to actually let those people go on instead of just shuffling them.
Yeah.
Because that happens as well. So it sucks to keep hearing that constantly.
It does, and now it's just gonna start coming out more. So like Ubisoft, looking at you had issues with back then. You better fix that shit now.
Yeah, it's true. No, that's true. That's true.
Like, know that
also,
it is.
I just want to point out that at first it looked like it was just people talking about the Activision side, because remember, it's two companies that merged.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out the Blizzard side has some pretty raunchy, bad stuff. There was a dude that was a head of a team, I believe. And he had something called the Bill Cosby Suite.
Oh, yeah.
That was after Cosby had first got some allegations in like 2013 or something like that. So they were trying to be all again broy, where you say controversial things and be like, we're just joking, dude. And it's like, it's crazy. There's a picture out there of those dudes.
Yeah, I saw with the fucking
high profile guys with the picture.
Yeah.
Not a one of them brown. I'm just gonna put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Not one of them brown.
Yeah.
Like, just got with the real, just almost, what do you call that? The when you take the school picture.
Yeah.
Of Cosby in the middle, like is like, dude, what you doing?
Yeah.
Damn. Like, you think ain't nobody was gonna see that and be like, yo, nah.
Yeah. They it's gonna be it's gonna be very, 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 very interesting what's gonna happen after this, because a lot of companies are gonna get looked at now too. And stop your shit.
Yeah.
I
just don't understand why it's so hard.
Yeah, I have no pity for them. Like, I hope they all get fucking punished. I hope they lose a lot of their shit, because I have no pity for that shit. And
the other thing was, there was a walkout this past week. I think it was like Friday or Thursday that they staged a walkout in protest, and then people were boycotting the games and whatnot. The other thing I just have to say to that is, they're one of the companies I actively don't engage with.
Yeah,
this was before this. I don't even
think I play anything.
Is on that list of they tread on very thin ice because their
Yeah.
practices of DLC stuff is just obnoxious.
They got lucky with the Mass Effect Legacy.
Yeah, but like Activision Blizzard is one of them companies I don't even really like. I
don't
see some
remember the
stuff and I'd be like,
last-
I'd love to, but I don't mess with y'all.
I don't remember the last Activision game I literally played.
I'd have to literally go scan through.
Maybe
some
the
stuff.
Spider-Man. No, I played the like maybe 4 Call of Duties back.
Never played. I don't. That's just not for me.
Yeah, I played the
It's a
one
lot of
with
stuff.
the spaceship with the jet because I thought it looked cool. That was the only one I played.
Okay.
That had
Okay.
the flights, and you were they had the dog fights and shit. That was the last one I played. I think it was
Yeah,
Infinity.
I
I
think-
think it was Infinity War. It's the last one
I
I
think
played.
they put out Destiny, right? So Destiny 2013.
No, Destiny. Yeah, they did Destiny 1. Destiny 2 is under Bungie.
So see, Destiny 1 was the last thing I played.
Yeah.
That was a while ago. Yeah.
Destiny 2, they went independent.
And they split because they said they was shady. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
that should have been the sign right there. They was like, yo, these guys is no good. Let's
Yeah,
get
Bungie's not with them. There's a reason. There's always a reason, or rhyme or reason why. So sometimes you may have to just do more research and fucking seeing why they really left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy ass.
And so now there's
And it's
there's
all
calls
white
for the. I was just gonna say now because of this stuff, there's more and more calls for
Yeah.
the industry to unionize.
Yeah.
And at this point, I still find it funny.
Yeah.
It's like wrestling.
Yeah.
At this point, people be getting screwed over so hard, and there's
Yeah.
no union. Like, when y'all gonna learn?
Yo, and it's always white people. Why is it always white people?
I couldn't tell you, but I think it has to do with, well, that's the boss.
Yeah.
They're the boss of the company. Like
Yeah.
it's not even so much as the race of the people. It's
more-
just it's the boss. It's like
Yeah.
if you're the boss and you bring in all your friends,
yeah,
and all your friends happen to kind of look like you, well, it is going to be what it is, right?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, this podcast is not about trying to expose people, but there are stories that come across from other people, and it be black folk and it be
Yeah.
Spanish folk that be running the scams. Like there's some Instagram dude that did some $20-something million scam, and I'm like, come on, bro.
But when it comes
you
to
too?
like these big shits, like when it comes around, especially with the HR and with dealing with like sexual harassment and stuff like that, it's like a really always like. Honestly, they have a type of people that do it all the fucking time.
But you know, you answer when you ask why, you
Yeah.
answer your question because that's
just did.
the only person that's allowed.
Yeah, that's
Which is another thing that's in the suit.
yeah,
So the lack of representation is in the suit
yeah,
also. So there's things about like you hit the nail on the head, Mark. There's
Yeah.
stuff in there about all that stuff.
yeah.
So
Stop this shit, please.
yeah,
Just stop.
and the other thing I'll point out before we move on to the movie is kind of sad
Yeah,
to see the people that come out in defense of the company, like, oh yeah, you know, it's some women complaining again.
I hate that
Bruh.
shit. Yo, is that and they fucking
Bruh.
bombard them with like, oh, you probably liked it and this like that, and they fucking bombard their fucking.
there's-
I hate that. I hate that's something and it goes into wrestling fans, like they think they entitled to be assholes to people. And
Yeah.
like what was it? This is a cosplayer I follow. Her name is Erica Fett. She does like
Okay.
Bigfoot videos and she does Bigfoot like movie reviews. But no one talking anything about the content she was making, but they talking about like how she looks like a whore. I'm like, yo. And then she like honestly, I watched the video. Like you look like a casual person. Like I don't fucking know what y'all talking about. And she actually recommended a couple weird fucking movies, and that actually was pretty cool. So I'll shout out to her. I watched one called The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Killed Bigfoot.
Wow, damn. Okay.
It was like a tale of two movies. It's with that dude Sam Elliott. Like he always does like Western shit.
Yeah,
It was a weird movie, but it was interesting. And she recommended that, so I'll shout out that. But it's just like this dumb comments. Like everyone's entitled to say some bullshit, but then when you get called out on it, like everyone's like a fucking internet tough person. When you're in person, I'll fucking slap the shit out of you.
Yeah, that is it. No, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I wish again.
hate
I
that
bring
shit,
it back to Clerks.
Yeah,
To Clerks 2, I think it was.
How many
the
people
end,
want to kick some ass?
I
I
loved.
do.
That's one of
I
my
do.
favorite scenes in any movie ever. When they just
I
take the book,
yeah
just the phone book, and go around
yeah
and just slap everybody in the face.
yeah.
Are you so and so? Did you say that Jay is this, this, and this, and you would kick his ass if you saw him in person? Yeah. Poof. Just
Yeah,
kick that
I
kid's
feel
ass.
like sometimes like wrestlers deserve to do that because yeah, the amount of nice things people get is probably equally to the amount of the bad things people get, and it's really fucked up that way.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
should be a better percentage of good things than bad,
There's that. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
and it's ridiculous sometimes. And then, I may not be a fan. Like I always talk shit about Cody Rhodes. I'm may not be a fan of him, but I respect the guy. I'm not gonna like talk like, oh, I want him to hurt himself in certain ways and stuff like that. No, I just want him off my TV. That's it. I never said
Yeah,
anything bad about him.
this is true.
But I also defend him, and if he does something good, I will say it. He
We just want
hasn't.
we just want Malachi Black to kick his head off.
I
That's
just
all.
want him to kick his head off. That's it. But that's in the
we
match.
we oh my god, we didn't talk about that in the last show.
Yeah.
Damn,
That was the
that was
best part.
I forgot, Merc. I'm saying it on this cast.
Yeah.
I have to give AEW Dynamite an S because Malachi Black kicked him in the face
It's just
from the front. He was having an interview and he got kicked in the face from the front. It was
Yeah.
unbelievable. How do you stand there and let a man kick you in the face like that?
I don't know, but
But it
he
looks
did.
so good though.
And then Fuego got fucking knocked the fuck out.
Whoa.
That
I
that
love Fuego, but
that fade to black kick is like the way he does it is fucking beautiful.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Anyway,
So
I'm gonna just hire
We-
Malachi Black to just go around and just kick people in the face.
yeah, you know what? If we could only do that, just hire him to kick so-called fans in the face. Please,
Yeah,
let's do
just
that.
just the people that make the community negative. Just kick them in the face.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking assholes.
And you get a kick to the face.
Yes. Yep. And I'll record
Uh,
it and then I'll send it to their mother. This is what your kid deserved. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Next
just
time,
send them the
do better.
spreadsheet.
Do
The
better.
spreadsheet tweets harassing this person, and then you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's what they said they was going to do."
Yeah.
And so we sent Malachi Black to his residence.
Yep. He'll be. Yeah, that's gonna be our job for Red Tech Link. We're gonna hire Malachi Black to go around and kick negative people in the face.
I'm gonna see if I can get a little picture of him this week.
Yeah.
Little Malachi Black. put him in the corner.
Yeah. He's gonna be our unsponsored sponsor.
Yeah, unsponsored sponsor Malachi Black kicking
Yeah.
Cody in the face. Yes.
Yep. Yes.
So, with that said, we
Yeah.
should go to this week's The Verdict.
The comic book and superhero movies of 2 decades. We are still in 1994 with The Crow.
Yes, sir.
I have a lot of personal feelings for this movie, so I'm going to try to keep that aside beyond what I know this movie is. But I love this movie. It's probably one of my favorites. I've never seen this in theaters. I remember actually going to theaters to see this with my mom. But I remember the reports of Brendan Lee passing away and things like that, which kind of made the movie more like sad in a way because the dude passed before the movie actually came out in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And he was supposed to go like superstar after this. Like he was supposed to be in the Matrix and things like that. That was like the early casting of Matrix. Brandon Lee was supposed to be in it and things like that. So it's a lot of like things like that. That's just like, damn, that what could have been.
True. That's very true. So we got the dates and stuff. What is
This is I'll tell you right now. This is rated R first. It came out May 13th, 1994. It was a small budget movie. It was like $23 million movie.
and
it
I
grows
see
more.
It's on hour 42, so it's not that long.
No, it's not that long. I think I think if I had to be honest, I maybe could shave maybe 10 minutes or maybe like 10 to 12 minutes off the movie just because towards like after he captures like by the first person, the movie kind of drags.
But regardless,
Yeah.
it's still reviewed well. Like,
No,
surprisingly, I think this is one of the highest review movies we've had so
Yeah.
far. Maybe like RoboCop.
Turtles.
Turtles, but like
Batman,
Superman.
Superman 2.
Yeah, I think Superman 2, Batman. Like the big names were
Yeah,
up there, but
yeah,
like this is like 7.6 and a 71 on a Metascore. So it's like people like this movie.
yeah. It has
Like
a
it's
cult
a popular
following. It has a
movie.
big cult following. The comic book has a big cult following as well. Which the writer James O'Barr also wrote the script for the movie, and he did the comic book as well.
All right, so good. So there you get some credibility.
Yeah. This is also, like we said, this is Brandon Lee's last film, and this was his big like change because he was just doing the regular martial art flicks and stuff like that. So this was like a different style of movie for him. This is like the first time he actually had like a crazy style of movie. So yeah, Brandon Lee. You got Michael Wincott with Top Dollar. The last other movie I seen him in was Alien Resurrection.
Okay.
I think he was one of my favorite characters in this movie.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, Rochelle Davis as Sarah. Yeah, Ernie Wilson. Avery
Tony
Hudson
Yeah.
as the cop. Bing Lee as Micah. The pretty eyes. Sophia Sheenas as Shelly. But you really didn't really see her face. You just saw like silhouettes in the black and white that hurt your eyes.
Just that white flash every time.
Yeah, Anna Thompson as Dara. You had David Patrick Kelly as T-Bird. Angel David as Shank. Lawrence Manson as Tintin. And Michael Massine as Funboy. Tony Todd as Grange. John Pinto as Gideon.
Because Tony Todd is also the Candy Man.
Yes.
So he's already an established actor at this point.
Yep. Yeah, those are the people that you kind of need to know in the movie. The rest are just smaller characters don't really have much in there. But yeah. So this is based on an independent comic book called The Crow. Pretty much, they murdered him and his wife on Halloween night because they got married without their permission, and they came in, they raped her.
No. So
yeah,
it was the first. So it was the day before Halloween. They were supposed to get married on Halloween.
Yeah.
And then the thing I know about the killing was it was because of the letters she kept sending to the management office.
Yeah.
This is messed up because this sets the scene. That thing. What I almost took points away from this movie was in the beginning. I wanted to know why they wanted me to care. Because everything happened so fast.
Yeah.
Like the Crow shows up like in the first 15 minutes of the movie,
15 minutes,
20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's very fast that you get to the Crow.
Yeah.
Because like you're hit boom with the death scene.
Yeah.
Like you don't see them die. You just see obviously you see the crime scene.
Yeah.
They do the little flyby, the zoom in, the girl's telling you the origin of what the Crow's powers are.
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes the Crow will carry the spirits. It's supposed to carry it to the next world, but what if something so heinous happens, it can't move on?
Yeah.
And so the Crow can bring it back to life. Sometimes is what she said.
Sometimes the bird will do it, and it's a raven. That bird is a raven. It's not a crow.
Yeah, it's not really
it's a big ass crow.
You can tell. I mean they can be pretty big, but that's a different bird.
Yeah, I liked. I just liked the way this story brought the character and just brought him back. And yeah, they kind of just told you the whole thing within the movie. Like they kind of went to the flashes of when he died and where she died and things like that. It kind of brings in the girl Sarah, and Ernie Hudson was part of the police force while the murder was happening and stuff like that, so he had a connection to it as well. So it kind of starts off with the murder, pretty much, and the cops.
There's a through line with him and his relationship with his boss.
Yeah.
From that point, in the beginning of the movie, I think he's a detective, and he gets bussed down to beat cop.
Yeah.
Because his commanding officer is like extremely controlling.
Yeah.
And so the simple fact that they tried to move the body to save her.
Yeah.
Was the point where the guy was upset.
Yeah.
And that's what cost him his position in his job.
Yeah.
You find out later.
And he also lined up like even staying with her until he he was like pushing through for her to live, and she passing away.
Yeah, that's it. So they give you bits and pieces of his character throughout the movie. He helps take care of the girl at some point, which the young girl named Sarah, because she's not an orphan, you find out. But in the beginning of the movie, you, for all intents and purposes, they have you believe there's nobody to take care of.
Yeah, she's not being taken care of.
Skateboarding in the streets.
Yep.
And like she just shows up places. She has no parent with her. And I don't know how old she's supposed to be. Like she could be anywhere from like 11 to 15 or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that point, you know, you don't need parental guidance to go places, but in that city, you might wanna. Shoot, I thought at some point she was gonna pull out a gun because that city is rough.
Yeah, that city. Yeah, I think that was a character of his own. Was the city.
Mm-hmm. Like it's the other thing was the fires.
Yeah.
And that was like you learn more as you go along that the fires were started by the crime boss. To intimidate, and then it turned into something that people started imitating.
Yeah.
But from the beginning of the movie, you're given with this thing like, oh, the fires rage.
Yeah.
On the Devil's Night.
Yeah.
So like it the less you know, that's kind of one thing I give the movie credit for, because I was like I said, I was gonna take points away.
Yeah.
But the movie actually tells the story in reverse.
Yeah.
Like it's slowly, and then again, not even that slowly, but as you're watching the movie, it's not leaving holes. It's filling in all the holes, but it's hitting you in the face up front with the things that are making you go, "What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell? What's happening? Why? What?" And then as you watch the movie, it's literally telling you what happened.
Yeah.
Because the crow himself starts to give you information.
Yeah.
Every time he touches someone, you get the flashes.
Yeah. And
as well as his own.
Yeah. So like when he pretty much comes out the grave, he kind of walks back to the house in the rain, and then climbs in the window, which I'm surprised like that
Mark,
shit was abandoned like a whole year.
Merc, you know what his walking in the rain reminded me of? It reminded me of damn it, what's his name? There's so many man movies we watched. You know, the heroes, something.
Yeah.
Not Blank Man. The guy that Liam Neeson.
Darkman.
Remember when Darkman was first got out of the explosion and was walking in the unbelievable rain?
Yeah.
That's what this reminded me.
Yeah, this was like raining all the fucking time, like, and then all these guys are wearing leather, like in the rain, like it might just smell like a dead cow, dude. What the fuck?
Well, you know, maybe it don't smell too bad.
Wet leather should stink.
They're always washed.
Yeah, the wet leather stinks though.
Does it?
Yeah.
I mean, after years and years of getting rain, because apparently that's another part of the lore is that it's always raining. But the crow says not the crow, Eric Draven, which is you learn his real name as they go along. Eric Draven says to the girl Sarah that it can't rain forever. So that's like it's a part of this. Is a part of the city. Is again why it's like such a character.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they say on what coast or wherever they are either.
Yeah. They're in California. It's supposed to be California. I say Seattle, but I think it's supposed to be California.
Because I can't tell. It just looks like a shanty town.
California don't rain like that. Seattle does.
No. Yeah.
So I'll say Seattle.
Anyway. It's all beat up and dilapidated. So.
Yeah. So you pretty much start seeing what the crow does, and kind of like you see the crow, the actual bird, like fly around and like start looking at things and things like that. And Eric Draven is able to see it within his eyes, what the bird sees. Pretty much goes to the house, looks up pictures and starts touching things and getting flashbacks throughout the whole movie. But it happened in the scene. Pretty much, it goes back into the murder and kind of shows the rape and all that stuff and how everything started. How he got just tossed out the fucking window, and then he grabs the window seal and kind of imitates it, and then he sees some of the other pictures of him and his wife interacting. He sees the clown makeup and stuff like that. He used it to scare her, and then he gets pissed, breaks it, puts the paint on his face, and then we got the Crow.
Yeah, but again, like even the paint on his face comes from something.
Yeah, everything
And
comes
from the memory of his girlfriend,
Yeah.
because they show the picture
That's
of him
something.
with the mask on.
Yeah, that's something I will say I loved about this movie is like everything kind of connected together, and even with the soundtrack running with it too. Like the every single song that's literally on that soundtrack is played in this movie.
Yes, yeah. I'm not familiar with the soundtrack, but knowing that, it's like, okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's a really nice soundtrack. But yeah, it plays throughout the whole movie. So we get the Crow pretty much all make it up, and he goes to the roof. He starts running the roofs and shit like that. The Crow finds one of the first people that are part of the 5 people that pretty much killed his wife and him. He finds Tintin. Tintin is the first victim. He jumps off the roof, fucking laughs, but there's even laugh. I actually love this scene. I think this is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. And pretty much he sees Tintin. Tintin thinks he's a fucking like a little crazy bum, and then he starts seeing the makeup and like, oh, Halloween is not till mañana. Then he's like, oh, you get serious, motherfucker. Takes out his sword. Takes out his blades. They get into a scuffle, and then he starts bringing up the story of the murder. And this is pretty much what's going to happen throughout this whole movie. It's pretty much every person he goes after has something to do with the murder, and he pretty much asks them things like that. He gets little like flashbacks when he touches them, things like that, and then he knocks him out. He got one of the memories, kind of pushed him to the side, and then Tintin got up and was able to do some damage. And this was a cool scene. This is when Tintin took out the knives, started throwing the knives. You see him slap them, you see him dodge them, and then you have that one scene where he catches it between his hands. And then one of my favorite things, he says, "Victims aren't y'all," and fucking stabs him. That's like one of my favorite scenes in this movie.
You know, the thing I don't know, but I feel, is that this is Heath Ledger took some inspiration from this character. That's what I feel a lot. Is that there's a little bit of the Crow in Heath Ledger's Joker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then we go to the pawn shop. This was a good scene too.
Oh yeah, starring our friend,
yes,
the gangster from like 2 of the last movies. He was in The Rocketeer as a gangster.
Yeah.
And then he was in Blank Man.
Yeah.
As a gangster.
This is like his 3rd movie with us.
But he's not necessarily a gangster, but he's affiliated with organized crime.
Yeah.
Oh.
This scene was cool too. And this is when he knocks, this was after Tintin. Well, you get introduced to him with Tintin because he's pretty much trying to sell a purse that he stole. And then you get introduced to him, and then he locks it up, and that's when Tintin gets killed. And then he comes to the pawn shop, knocks on the door, and then he does Edgar Allan Poe's Raven quote. All of a sudden, I hear tapping on the wall. Pretty much, the scene pretty much is like him trying to get his engagement ring back.
Yes.
And pretty much he fucking wrecks him. He stabs him in his hand, and he's telling him this is actually like kind of a jokey kind of scene too, because he fucking plays around with him. He like jumps on the thing, hits him with the bat, and fucking was like looking for the golden engagement ring. He finds it.
Well, see, that's one of the things that was cool, was the scene where he was looking for it.
Yeah.
Is that they don't tell you at no point in this movie that they tell you what his powers are.
Yeah. But
you see that he has a lot to do with being able to touch material. Yeah. As in not even non-living things.
Yeah.
And the memories that are held within, he gets it.
And he's able to heal. And that was something they showed in the first scene too.
But so with this scene, they show you him using the memory power where he asks for the rings, like he beats him up, stabs his hand, and then he tells him where the rings are. But he opens a box and it's full of them. Yeah. And then as he takes them out, he does this thing where he shakes he tosses some of them like trash. Yeah. But then also some of them, he shakes his head like he gets a cold, like, ugh. Yeah. Like a feeling when he touches some of them. Yeah. And then he finds his. Yeah. But then he has his memory of his girlfriend, right? Yeah. This is, again, kind of one of my main issues is the filming style of the flashbacks is
Yeah.
intense,
Yeah.
and there's a flash that I would say today, if a person who was prone to seizures watched this movie, they might have an issue.
Yeah.
But in that scene specifically, he says each one of those rings represents a life that you ruin.
Yeah.
There's no way he could know that without that power, because they could have just been from anything.
Yeah.
Sure, he could take a guess at his character and say, "Oh, well, this is a scummy shot," but he says it with conviction, and then he just blows the place. He's saying this stuff to him, to Gideon, the guy's name is Gideon.
Yeah.
As he's saying that stuff after he got his ring, he's pouring gasoline over the whole shop.
Yeah.
So like, he's not happy.
Yeah. And then he tells the pawn shop, like, I'm not gonna kill you. You're gonna give him a message. He also says, like, each one of these rings is a murder you help do. For every ring that's here, like, you help murder these people, and pretty much he's still talking shit and stuff like that. And he's like, is that gasoline I smell? He's like, oh no. And then he tells them, like, death is coming to them tonight. And then he leaves and shoots the fucking pawn shop. And that was also. I also liked it when he said, "Oh, he had a friend a friend named Tintin used to play with knives, like Jacket." I know he said it to the cop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said it to the cop. So
when he met him outside.
Yeah. That was actually a cool scene too. And that was the first interaction between him and Ernie Hudson's character. And he told him to. He's like, "Don't move." He's like, "I thought cops told me to freeze." And I said, "I'm the cops. I don't talk." I could keep going into the fucking movies, but is there? But yeah, that he's pretty much telling him that, death is coming to them. They just don't know it yet. So, again, this is what the pattern we're gonna get to. We're gonna get to each character and each person that had involved with the rape and death of his wife and him. He goes after Fun Boy next. This is also a very eerie scene too, because this is the filming of when he died. Well, not technically he filmed dying, but this is like one of the things that they were rehearsing, that they shot the bullet and killed him. It was for this scene when he touches the gun with his hand. Mm-hmm. That's the scene that does it. This one was pretty much Fun Boy. Fun Boy was funny because he fucking shot it. When he hit the gun off his hand, he's like, "Look what you did to my sheets."
Yeah, and then he passed out.
But yeah, throughout this movie, you're gonna get a lot of this stuff, and again, I like the way they just told the story and how simple it was. It was not overstaying. It all had sense to make sense to build into what led towards the main boss, which was Top Dollar,
which is a hilarious name.
Top Dollar. He was a great character too.
Yeah, he was very charismatic and funny.
Yeah,
I don't know why he looked like a musketeer at the end. He had a cabinet full of swords. He pulled out a rapier and he stabs Gideon in the throat, and he won't die. He takes the other guy's gun and shoots him.
Yeah,
like he's nuts. And he's got Bai Ling as his concubine. But he calls her sister, but I guess that's his partner in crime because they kill a girl when you first see him. She was naked in the bed, and she goes, "Is she sleep?" Bai Ling asks, "Is she sleeping?" And she just pulls her arm, and her head just turns slowly because she's dead. And then Bai Ling goes, and this is her line for the movie. "Oh, I like her eyes. They're so pretty." And she pulls a knife, and you find out later she took them eyes. So. Yeah,
and they snorted coke while tasting the eyeball.
Yeah, while tasting eyeball smoke, which was weird. They were smoking eyeballs.
Yeah, this was like a definition of what a cult classic is. Like, this is like, it has this following. It has that gothic feel. This could be like something of a Tim Burton-ish kind of thing, but it's a bit more darker. I actually was a big fan of the comics, so I was actually like, I think they did a really good job in representing that first comic that they did with this, and probably one of the better ones of just comic book to movie adaptations. I had a villain that pretty much it made you laugh, and just he was just fucking crazy as it. He was as crazy as the Crow was in throughout this movie. But I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorites. I have a heart for this movie, but I do see I do because I could see the flaws in it. But you know what makes this movie even better? When you watch the TV show redo this movie, and it's fucking terrible.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that was a
With
thing.
Mark Discasio, it was like
Oh, the
The Crow,
Cosmos? Really?
The Crow, Stairway to Heaven. It was the TV
What
series.
year is that?
I will say early 2000s.
Oh, that's recent. Jeez.
Yeah, Mark
Wow.
Discasio played Eric Draven, and it was a TV. It was just it probably lasted maybe one season, and they did re-adapt the original movie in such a fucking terrible way, and it's just really bad because all like again, this is the style of the movies like grunge and like early '90s hair like grunge metal and things like that. Like that was the style of this movie. You see these motherfuckers with like preppy shirts and fucking golf clothes and this sweater over their neck and things like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? This is not the Crow. This
Oh,
is like
those are
Country
the
Crow.
films.
It's really bad. I gotta send you the link of it, and you'd be like, holy shit, this is yeah, it's not this. But yeah, I truly love this movie. So what was the what about you? What you felt with this movie?
I thought it was like probably the coolest of the movies we've seen so far.
Yeah,
Like the character of the Crow is actually really cool. I made the comparison to Heath Ledger's Joker
yeah,
because that's the feeling I got of that character. It feels like this character originated that style. Like he's a morose character because he's dead and he
Yeah.
laughs about death, and he's almost like, it's almost like if this was villain type. You know what? You know what character this almost reminds me of too? Deadpool,
yeah,
where the character cannot be killed
yeah,
and his sense of humor is very apparent,
yeah,
right? But it's mostly just violent, but he has a mission.
yeah,
So to that, it's like I feel like the people who ended up making those movies or writing those movies or writing those characters had like just a little bit in the back pocket of I saw the Crow. Just because it's such a particular style of humor and the violence.
yeah,
Because every kill, it's not like this isn't a grim, grisly, dark movie. It's dark in like the subject matter.
yeah,
It's dark in the fact that it's literally a dark ass city. It's
Yeah.
like most of the stories told at night.
yeah,
But it's not something that's like scary. It's
Yeah.
not scary. The Crow's not
it's not.
scary.
no,
But you get that feeling of his sense of humor with all his kills.
yeah,
And he always has something interesting or funny to say while
Yeah.
he's basically setting up to murder these people.
yeah. The one that also was the fun boy with the carpenter and the three nails, the joke that he was trying to tell,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah,
the pretty much
the Jesus, and he came
will
to
you hang me up,
the inn.
hang me up for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was like little shit like that. The quotes, and like the lines. I actually was one of my favorite things about it. Like the Edgar Allan Poe in the pawn shop, and then with Fun Boy, him telling the jokes with the three nails. The thing he says to the mother, mother is the name of God to the lips and eyes to all children, and things like that. I like a lot of those things, and those are those things I still go to. Like I use today. It's kind of like Pizza Dude got 30 seconds. Like those are things that I remember all the fucking time because of things like that. I liked what was it when he was like, "Are you a ghost?" And he was like, "Boo." And he just gave him the beer and shit like that. It has like a lot of those little things that I just always remember, and that's something that I always loved about this movie is the fact that I remember everything, and it's something still very entertaining for me to watch at. And I've seen
But
this movie millions
My
of times.
issues with the movies are that some of the choices with the editing style,
Yeah,
the flashbacks, that shit is legitimately horrible. Like I'm not joking. You have to put a seizure warning on that.
Yeah.
That's that hurts my eyes. I had to watch it, trying to immerse myself in the experience in the dark and watching the movie, and those
Like,
flashes
what?
is terrible. And it's prevalent throughout the entire movie. So
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
it's just gonna keep happening, and it doesn't ruin the movie,
Yeah.
but it's a negative. Other thing, I don't hold it too much against the movie, but it's apparent is not everybody's a good actor.
Yeah.
When you get to certain parts, is some people are just stilted, specifically at the action scene
Yeah.
with the gunplay.
Yeah.
Though when he goes in towards the end, when the boss has the cool speech in front of all those people, he's like, if you just want greed as your
Yeah.
thing, that's for amateurs.
Yeah. Yeah.
We want chaos. We want to rule everything. And
Yeah.
then he comes in and he says something quirky, and then just everybody else sucks.
Yeah.
Everybody else that's not a major player in that movie sucks. There's a guy shooting a gun.
Yeah.
When they're shooting guns at him, it's like, oh, this is 90s gunplay.
This is like
This
straight
is
up
not good.
This is straight up stormtroopers trying to shoot somebody.
Yes, it's not good.
What
It's just like there's one guy that I just call him out. It's a white dude with a Scully.
Yeah.
And he's just like point blank squeezing. And the dude has no emotion on his face because he's not an actor. This is like his first gig. It's just like,
Yeah.
damn, that made it to the movie.
Yeah.
You can see his whole ass face
Yeah.
for one frame. And I'm like, is not too much of that, thankfully.
You know who
But
was
there's a few of those.
You know who was my favorite actor in this fucking movie? The dude that played Skank.
Yeah, he's pretty.
He was like the
He's
most
pretty
believable character in this
He's pretty
fucking
funny.
movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
he's
why do you
legitimately-
feel? I feel like a worm in a big fucking.
a fish and a worm and a big fucking yeah. He's
Yeah,
really
he's
good.
Like he.
That's what I mean. Like
he was the most believable character.
the good in the movie outweighs the bad because like it's too much other stuff. Just like the way he recites poetry, which also ties into the fact that the guy Eric Draven is a musician.
Yeah.
And musicians would know poetry because they have to recite their own songs. So of course he could have a good memory.
Yeah.
And you would never. I mean, we don't know, but that must be one of the things that inspired Eric Draven to write his lyrics and whatnot. You know, I don't know that, right?
And then also,
but it seems plausible because most of one of the things I really feel like they did a good job of is like the Crow's not very talkative. It's not like he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
But he's not like walking around just in the shadows. He says things, and what he does say, it just really gives you a sense of the guy's personality. You get the sense that he's a lighthearted person.
Yeah.
But he likes his poetry. He likes his black leather.
Yes.
He loves his cat.
Yes, cat.
He visits the cat in his basically his bat cave, right? His old destroyed home.
Yeah.
Like
they just left
it's
the
still
cat
all
there.
messed up.
The cat's been there for a whole year.
You find out it's a year later, but I guess you
Cats are resourceful.
I don't know who, because see, the movie doesn't give you any insight onto who's been feeding the cat for the year, because even the little girl says, "I thought you were dead."
Yeah. Cats are very resourceful though, so that's the reason why I never passed it. The cats are very resourceful.
But I'm
cats
just
are
saying
more
that
resourceful.
That cat
dogs.
should be dirty.
It should be dirty.
A white ass cat in a dirty ass building.
Yeah. Then that cat probably murdered people.
Maybe.
He was like, I was just cleaning myself. I had blood all over me.
So, but that's the pluses for this movie. Like how far outweighs the bad. So
yeah.
Like as far as score was, I would give it a 4.
4? Okay. So your 4s are 9 and 10. Superman, Dick Tracy, and Flash Gordon. Or is gonna go between that or over?
No. I would like to put this over Flash Gordon.
Okay.
I would like to put this over Dick Tracy.
And Superman over the Crow.
Superman 1?
Yeah.
No, I really like Superman 1.
Okay, so the Crow hits number 10 for you.
Okay.
All right. I'm a little more connected with this movie. I actually think this is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I'm giving a 4.75, and it's gonna be my number 5.
Okay.
So right now mine's is Turtles, RoboCop, Batman, RoboCop 2, The Crow, Superman 2, Blankman, Darkman, Flash Gordon and Batman Returns is my top 10. Yours is RoboCop number 1, Turtles number 2. RoboCop 2 is number 3, Batman is number 4, Toxic is number 5. Superman 2 is number 6, 7 is Blank Man, 8 is Dark Man, 9 is Superman the movie, and 10 is The Crow. Next week, we have a sequel to Guyver.
Uh-oh.
It's not a good movie.
Damn, that sucks.
So we have the Guyver Part 2. After that, we have Fantastic Four. After that is The Mask. And then we have The Shadow.
You know what? It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. The Shadow was a pretty bad movie, but I'm very, again, this is the reason why we did this. We started doing this. The Fantastic Four is finally here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to watch it. I have hype behind this movie right now.
Yes.
I feel like I'm going to like it.
Yeah, I mean, I can put the visuals aside and watch the movie.
Yeah. So
if it has a good story.
Yeah.
So.
And we are almost halfway, I think, once we get to Time Cop.
Okay.
No, once we get to Fantastic Four, we're at the halfway point.
Okay, gotcha.
So we're almost there. More superhero comic book movie of 2 decades. After this list, if there's anything you guys want us to review or keep going with this, we'll see. Because after 2000, it gets really crowded with superhero comic movies.
Yeah. Well, that's partially the other reason was to get there to see how bad were they before they got mainstream.
Yeah. So we'll see what we will do next. Maybe, who knows? Have you ever thought what movies we should do next after
we
this?
had something else? Didn't we have like?
We had something up. We gotta revisit the video game movies with the last ones that came out.
Yeah.
And then we did have something. I completely forgot what it was. I think it was I don't know. We'll see.
It was a series. I just forgot what series we were supposed to look at.
Oh, okay. So we will be back to it and go and see what happens. Maybe if the first seasons of a lot of these 80s cartoons are not that long, maybe we visit some of these 80s cartoons.
Yeah.
Like Masters of the Universe.
I think that might have been what we were supposed to do. I think we were supposed to watch like Cops.
Yeah.
And RoboCop, the cartoon.
Yeah, so that's something I think. So we'll structure it and see where we go from there. Maybe we do like the first 10 episodes of each one.
And Police Academy.
Oh,
the cartoon. I thought that was funny.
I had the toys.
I thought it was funny. I like the intro. So I might just be remembering the intro and not remembering the show.
Yeah.
So
I remember the Police Academy toys.
Did Steve Guttenberg do his voice on the cartoon?
No.
I bet you he didn't.
No.
What about Hightower?
No.
That's what
you know what? There's a chance Hightower was Hightower because he
rest in peace, Hightower.
And the dude that did the voices and shit. He talked this character.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Guess we wrap this up. So Guyver Part 2 is next.
Yes, sir. I just want to see it. Do they have the cartoons on IMDb to look up? I don't.
IMDb has you can look up the cartoon. They actually have the casting and shit.
So they should, right?
Yeah, they should.
So we could see for all.
Yeah, and also Fandom does them pretty well as well. Like Fandom page, they do like a lot of wikis and shit. Mm-hmm. I usually use those for the Power Ranger cast and stuff like that. They usually have a good like cartoon database of things too.
Okay.
So yeah.
Is there a big cartoon database? Is that like the one you go to?
No, it's just like they happen to have it.
Oh, it's just that.
But you know what? I'll start like writing a list up and saying. I guess we'll probably do from like the day I guess our year, or like 80 to 90, and we'll go for action cartoons or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like the top cartoons of each year or some shit like that. So we'll figure it out.
Was there a Cadillacs and Dinosaurs cartoon?
Yes, it's on Tubi right now.
All right. So yeah, that's the other thing, right? Tubi's gonna be the main,
Tubi
gonna
has
be
a
the
lot.
savior.
Yeah, Tubi has a lot. YouTube has a lot too. I found quite a few on
True.
YouTube. I
True.
found Battlestar. I found I found Next Mutation because we're gonna have to watch that soon.
Oh, wow, wow.
You know what? Next Mutation might not be as bad as the current Turtles that we're watching now.
Wow. Okay.
Turtles is
Okay.
bad.
You were
Turtles
at
is not.
season. You said 5 or
We had season 5.
4? All right. Okay.
It's not
Damn.
good.
Damn.
It's not good.
Is it Power Rangers season 3 bad?
It's yeah. Yeah.
'Cause that's pretty bad.
Because it's very it is very childish and very like it's not like season 2 and half of season 3 were great, and then all of a sudden they just changed. I guess they changed it to be more cartoon kid wise and kid friendly, and they kind of took away some of the weird characters that I actually enjoyed because of the old series. Like Donatelli is non-existent anymore, and like the characters like that, like when you actually saw in the first 2 seasons. So I was a little disappointed with that. But there's like you see like I saw the Mondo Gecko episode and it was. They just like Michelangelo has like he straight up needs AA for pizza. Like that's all he talks about. Like, oh, I want a pizza. Ooh, that reminds me of a pizza.
Oh man.
Why can I
Did
get
they
a
ever have a
banana
deal
on a
with Pizza
pizza?
Hut?
Huh?
Did they ever have a deal with Pizza Hut?
The game,
Damn. All right. Maybe that's what was going
the
on.
NES
Wasn't it?
game,
Wasn't there like some
came with a coupon.
Oh man. All right. Well, they sold out, boys.
So yeah, I want a pizza. Michelangelo has, I swear to God, he's a crackhead for pizza. Like he's straight
That's
up like,
terrible.
if he doesn't have pizza, like I think he'll go through withdrawals and then turn on the Turtles for
I
a piece of cheese.
that should have been a story. They told him no,
Yeah.
and he just snapped.
It gets really bad though. Like I have, honestly, I have all the seasons on my Amazon. So if you're ever interested, I'll just give you my Amazon name and you can watch it. It's on my Amazon Prime
Gotcha.
because we've been buying the seasons because we can't get them.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Understood.
me and Tommy go half and half and been buying seasons.
Understood. Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm making him buy the bad Power Rangers seasons.
All right.
So
Well,
Tommy's gonna buy Operation Overdrive and Mystic Force.
damn.
That's all. I refuse to pay for them shits. Yeah, I don't let you pay
Yeah,
for those.
Mystic Force. The reputation per season, it is
Yeah.
not good.
You know what's funny though? I'm actually I'm very interested in the Sensei's though.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm very interested in the Sensei's. I'm very like I think this is the season that I'm very excited to rewatch SPD because of what I find like I think it's one of my favorites, and I think I fight with this Space and this and Space as my top Power Ranger series.
Okay.
And
All
every
right.
time I watch SPD, I like it more, and then every time I watch Space, there's things I like less. So it's always like a fight between those two.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah. But SPD, Avery's next. Anyway, yeah, check out the Morphin Cast. We got some more Morphin Casts coming, so definitely check that out.
Yes, sir.
So I guess we wrapped it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That is YouTube. That is also SoundCloud. That is also Spotify. And that is also WordPress. So check it out.
Yep.
Where you at, Merc?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch. All Mark with the mic. Follow our easiest way to get our podcast on Spotify. Red Cyclone Inc. on Spotify. Get all our casts on there. From the Morphin Cast to Not the Wrestling Babble to Get Spread Podcast to Shell Shock, Not the Trekking, and the Gamer Rage podcast. We did record new episodes, so you start seeing them again monthly, but they're going to be coming out extra every week, so definitely check those out. We recorded for the Gamer Rage and the Morphin Cast yesterday, so they'll be coming soon. Follow the Jinkies.
Make sure you follow him anywhere and everywhere there are sandwiches,
Yes.
because he may be found there. He shouldn't be having them.
Yes. and we'll make I will start making a custom Jinkies figure before the pig monster comes out.
Nice.
So
you'll
anyone
be in
has a
Battle Royale?
Cleveland Brown figure, let me know. All right.
He's gotta be somewhere. Maybe Forbidden Planet has a Cleveland Brown.
Probably. All right. Peace out.
Yes, sir.
Laters, and no worries.